Yo, what up? I'm over here with my homegirl Kelly. I told you about her before. Uh, she had some situations where she got to the point where she wanted to learn about law. She got to master the courtrooms herself and keep the legal foot off her neck. All right, now you had a situation that made you want to study law, right? What was your
Yeah.
situation that you went through?
Well, I was beat up by a police officer unjustly. He broke a couple bones and rattled me up pretty good. And
A male police
a
officer,
male police
a man
officer. A
beat you up.
man.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was pretty bad. I came away with, uh, like I said, broken bones, cut above my eyebrow, black eyes. Um, I,
And what happened when you tried to pursue like a lawsuit or
Oh well, I looked for a lawyer, like they tell you to do. Like
the
everybody,
liar?
yeah, the machine tells you to do, and that's what I did. I looked for a lawyer. I looked. No lawyer wanted to help.
Because
And
he's a part of the jokes, right? Okay,
exactly,
so
and
they was making you feel like they was on the police officer's side, right?
oh,
That's
100%.
how you
Every
felt, right?
single every
Okay,
single person along the
yeah,
line made
okay,
me feel that way for
okay.
sure.
So, but even though you felt vulnerable, and time went on, you still wanted to find a way to fight back. You was telling me, right? Okay,
That's
great.
true.
Yeah. So now, what happened with your boyfriend? Where
Okay.
you know,
Well, this is fast forward quite some years, a little under a decade, and I started dating a young man, and he got himself into trouble and went to jail, followed by prison, and I wanted to help him out.
yeah,
And I
but
was
no,
sick.
no, hold on. Remember that part, but remember before he went to jail, his parole officer came to your house
Yes,
and they kicked your door open,
they
right?
sure did.
Which he didn't live there.
No,
Okay.
and it was my house. They pretended to be police officers. Were wearing police officer flak jackets.
Yeah, and they
Um,
wasn't police officers.
no,
They were actually
absolutely. And
they
they
was
said
hit,
police when they knocked on my door.
which was false
Yeah,
impersonation.
impersonating
He was your
impersonating a police
so he
officer.
was your boyfriend's parole officer.
Yes, and his buddy
Was
parole
yeah,
officer.
okay, but he wasn't a police officer.
No,
And he had no business kicking your door open.
oh, absolutely not.
Okay, great. Yeah.
And then they handcuffed me to a chair.
Which was illegal
Yeah.
against your constitutional rights, right?
Yeah, they started going through my things. I asked them for a warrant. They said it went with him in the cop car, so they wouldn't show me a
Because
warrant.
they couldn't show you a warrant.
No,
They were
and
lying.
as soon as I started asking for that warrant, they decided it was time to,
Okay.
tuck their tails and run.
All right. And so that's when you decided to what? Give me a call, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
I sure did.
You wanted to learn how to defend yourself.
I
When
absolutely
you
did,
seen
and
you
I
got
knew that you are into it. We've been friends for almost 20 years, and I'd hear you talk about it all the time. And I wanted to see if anything was behind it.
hmm
And I found myself a gold mine.
All right. So now what do we do? When you came to class, for like 4 months, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And then you
Doing night classes.
yeah, right. Yeah, we did night classes. We worked really hard. And we took class very seriously.
Absolutely.
All right. So after we studied for about 4 months, and then what happened after that 4 months? You found yourself in more trouble, right?
I sure did.
Okay. Now what happened there? You had what was your charges?
Well, the charges were hit and run, DWI, assault and battery, criminal mischief in the fourth in New York, which is a felony.
Right. Okay. And they wanted you to turn in your gun, right?
Yes.
And they arrested you, right? And when they arrested you, right? I remember the night you got arrested. How did you sign your name when they were releasing you from jail?
In I was in the jail, and in order to get out, I signed my name UTDC or UTDC. Yes, correct.
And what did that meant?
Dash 1308.
Okay, and that meant under threat.
Duress and coercion.
Okay, so you would tell when you signed your name like that, you were basically letting them know you was there against your will
Absolutely.
because you didn't consent.
Exactly.
Okay.
It means that I was signing my name and saying I'm signing my name, but only because I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion.
Okay, great. And that wound up helping you out later on when you went to court, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now when you went to court, I remember you asked me to go with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we went to court, what was I telling you in court to say to the judge? And I made you look and see how he was doing to other people. And we was in a predominantly white courtroom.
Yeah.
Where mostly so-called
Oh.
white people live. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is no such thing as white people, black people, Hispanic, and none of that other stuff. Okay, but
For
now,
the sake of.
yeah, all right, yeah, of course. But now, when you went up to the judge, right, and you told him you didn't consent, what did he say to you?
He said, "I do not need your consent." To which I replied, "You absolutely need my consent," with the clap and everything.
Yeah, I remember that. And then remember, it was people in the courtroom that were listening to you.
Yeah,
right?
They were listening to us,
Yeah.
the people in front of us
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
and
they were listening to us.
throughout the
Yeah.
process of other people going up and us watching.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So when you said that and the judge told you he didn't need your consent and you said you absolutely need my consent, right? When you said that to him, right? You said that to him and he had I'll call it back, right? You had said to him, you absolutely need my consent, right? And then you stood your ground.
Yes.
What did he say to you after that?
Case dismissed. Game over.
Right?
Yeah,
Game
that
over,
was
just like
and I mean it's really nerve-wracking when you're up there, but if you have somebody with you and that was you were there for me and you gave me the courage, so once it came time for me to go and face that, you know, I really wanted to push it home, and I was gonna go in the name of my freedom and everything.
Now, I remember
way
you
it
going to
worked
court
out.
the first time. You went by yourself, and he kind of like bullied you around, right?
Yes.
So when you asked me to come to court with you, I remember I kept putting in your brain. I kept, just drilling in your brain, stand your ground, and don't let him bully you.
Yeah.
And when he and used the word, I do not consent. And I remember you clapped your hands. He said, I don't need your consent. I'm the judge. You said, you absolutely need my consent. I never forget you said that. And you raised your voice. And then the people in the courtroom started turning around, looking at me. Because they knew what you were saying. They heard what I was telling you to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like they wanted to do it
Don't
next.
let them roll you.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they wanted to do it next, right? So they were like,
absolutely.
woke up. So once the judge said, what did he say to you exactly when he dismissed the case?
Well, he really quietly said it. It was not him pushing me around anymore. So I was like, do I need something? I was really shocked. Like I almost didn't believe that was it, and it was that simple.
And he quietly said what?
Case dismissed.
Because you didn't consent.
Sure didn't.
All right. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to do this quick video to let you know, this is one of my students, Kelly. We've been friends for over 20 years. She started to learn a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? And it took 4 months of hard studying, and then she found herself in a situation and boxed out of the situation. Now, real quick, what happened to the guy that called the cops on you? Didn't he wind up getting in trouble? Later on his own accord?
Yes, he did.
What he called a DWI?
He caught a DWI too, and that put him in jail.
He went to jail for about 6 months.
He went to jail,
like
and I got that charge dropped.
Well, you had he didn't have a you had a
yeah. I have 7.
Seven
charges.
Yeah, and you didn't go to jail.
No,
right? You had the case dismissed for one word that you used. You did not consent.
Consent,
right?
Kids.
And he went to jail for just DWI.
He sure did.
Because he didn't know how to defend himself.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
And then another thing too, Karma don't like ugly. That's what he get for calling the cops and starting trouble. When she beat him up, he called the cops. She stayed home. He went to jail on some other shit that he did. All right?
Yeah.
Make a quick short, sweet video. This is what we wanted to do. Like I said, my heart goes out to everybody. Like Noble Drew Ali said, be good to everybody, because if you don't, it'll come back to you. That's how we got here in the first place. All right? Peace to all my Moors. Peace to everybody. And this is Education 101. Don't consent. We'll be back with another video real soon. Peace. 1, 2, 1, 2.